night, pushing through ARR. Tonight I have a couple things in mind. One is clearing up a couple of important side quests. We're also going to get our mount, which thank God for mounts. And let's go ahead and get started. The first side quest is... close. One moment. There it is. This one will unfortunately send us on a little bit of a errand, but it's worth getting. You're either a brave woman or a fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Limsa today, what with the slasher of Fisherman's Bottom on the loose. You've not heard? There's a madman about. Why, it said he brandished his blade so long and sharp they could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but that hasn't stopped the rumors from sending shivers up spines in every alehouse in town. That you're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps you could assist with the investigation. To start with, you might want to look into that scream I just heard outside. That's an interesting way to start off this quest. What are you waiting for? That's him, the slasher. Apprehend him, toss him in jail, and throw away the key. Or gut him and feed his lifeless body to the sharks for all I care. Just do something. Woe is me. Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons, I saved every last gill of my husband's hard-earned wage, foregoing new shoes, a new purse, sometimes even food for our children, all in anticipation of this day. What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of a world-renowned aesthetician in Limsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious lamenting oohing and eyeing in admiration. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead, have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. Oh, the ignominy of it all. Of course you take her side. For shame, is there not one sympathetic ear in this entire nation? An artiste of my renown should not be welcome, or should be welcomed with open arms, and a 21 cannon salute. Instead, I am branded a criminal, the tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul ripped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last long in my weakened state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breaths, I speak unto you 3 names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hananza of Naldik and Vimelis, Guildmaster Beaton of the Gridanian Carpenters Guild, and Severian at the Alchemist Guild in Ul'dah. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Jandalane sent you. When my soul is restored and my name rightfully cleared, all of Limsa, nay, the entire realm, will sing your praises. For I, Jandalane, am none other than the ace, yeah, I can't say that word either, bud. Don't know what to tell you. Jandalane sent you? Let me guess, the Barmy's fool's lost his tools. Pardon me, the appendages of his very soul, again, and his thrashing and tossing like the end of days is nigh. The man brings it on himself. If he toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he'd save himself these misunderstandings. No, I have not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity indeed for having to play audience to his whinging. Anyway, this should shut him up for a while. Tell him that if he loses these, I'll graft the next pair into his bloody hands. Alright, on to Uldar. And then to the Alchemist Guild. You've come on behalf of Janelaine? Why, I just furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Stolen, you say? An unfortunate turn of events, indeed, if not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius, and genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me as I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times, lest the realm be deprived of our talents. And so I command you, deliver this parcel to Janelaine with all speed. And now to Gridania. A message from Janelaine, you say? So he's lost another one? Does the man not understand that wood doesn't simply grow on, or actually it does, at least in the manner of speaking, but the fact remains that resources are in short supply. For all his flowery words, if his tools were truly an extension of his very being, one would think he'd find a way to hold on to them for more than a fortnight or two. Janelaine's skills are not to be doubted, but his temperament leaves much to be desired. Still, it is not my place to judge. Take this to him and let us both hope that he will right his ways. And back to Limsa. For this quest, yeah, I am. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, friend, I beg of you, retrieve for me the tools of my trade, for I am none other than Janelaine, the Alright, there we go. Yes, here's your stuff. Could this be? Yes, I can feel it. The light returns to my eyes. Power courses through my fingers. I live! You drama queen. And as I live, this unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must die. Be gone, foul demon! And so I ask, how do you feel, madam? Why, it's as if, but in a single magnificent moment, I travel beyond the void and return to life as the embodiment of all that is beautiful in this world. Could it be? Yes, it must. How else to explain such power? You are the one whose coming was foretold. You, yes you, are the aesthetician. In the flesh, madam, I am Janelaine, crafter of coiffures so divine that Menfina herself doth begrudge my clientele their beauty. But let us speak of you, madam, for where a moment ago stood a fashion challenge front, now there stands... a beauty reborn. I hate this play on the game name, I really do. Yes, yes, a realm reborn, we get it. And you are the one I must thank for reviving my soul, that I might once again bestow my gifts upon a realm bereft of beauty, a kindness I intend to repay in full. Do you fear that your own hairstyle is becoming passé? Fear the specter of, gasp, ugliness starting to consume you? Fear not, friend, for it shall not survive my wrath. As the madam before you, as this very realm we call home, from an abyss of unfathomable drabness you shall arise anew. My clients have been known to make reservations moons, even years in advance, but you shall know no such troubles. No, for proving a staunch ally to good taste when all others turn a blind eye, I gladly place myself at your beck and call. Yes, for the next time you find yourself plagued by aesthetic ennui, you need only ring the crystal bell from the comfort of any inn room at which you have taken up lodgings. Janelaine shall hasten to the scene. Yes, in a flash, the dreary, uninspired life that you have hitherto known shall end. You shall travel to the realm beyond and return to us as... a beauty reborn. I give you this token of the trust between us. Treasure it, for it is the key to a world of aesthetic wonders ordinary women shall never know. Oh, Master Janelaine, do come back. I've not made my next appointment. And you get a token for a free service from him. Stupid side quests aside, that's how you change your hairstyles and whatnot, and your hair color and stuff like that if you decide that you want to. Alright, one moment while I check and see if there's any other side quests that really need done at the moment. Oh, there we go. Ulda. Oh, there was one there in Limsa too. Oh well, I'll go back for it. Oh good, it's right out here. You be careful with those. Break anything and I should be forced to deduct it from your salary. Beg pardon? What is my loyal manservant carrying? Why, a not-so-small fortune in prizes ably won by yours truly in the gold saucer. You have heard of the gold saucer. Nay? Egads, woman, you might at least try to keep up with the times. It's only the Sultanate's newest and finest place of entertainment. Thrilled to the sight of majestic birds roaring down the straits at the chocobo races. Pit your wits against your peers at the triple Triad tables. At the Gold Saucer, one can do this and more. And if you know what you're about, you walk out a wealthier woman than you entered. It's a better place to shake off one's cares after a grueling day of promenading. I've never heard of it. Did I mention the prizes? Ah, but I dare say you'd rather discover them for yourself. Yes, I'll wager you're wondering just how in Thal's good name you can experience the wonders of the gold saucer firsthand. Am I right, or am I right? I thought as much. Well, since this has been my lucky day, I don't see why it shouldn't be yours too. I just so happen to have a spare golden airship ticket, you see. Consider it a gift from me to you, my lady. Just show that ticket to the fine lady over at the landing and you'll have a seat on the next airship bound for revelry and riches. Be fairly warned, though, you may expect no mercy from me should our paths cross at the triple Triad tables. Nay, not so much as an ounce. Haha. This is the reception desk for flights bound for the Manderville Gold Saucer. Before proceeding, I must ask that you submit your ticket for inspection. Ahem, you do have a ticket, yes? It appears that everything is in order. An airship will be departing shortly before the next bell. Shall I reserve a seat for you? Yep. And yes, the Gold Saucer is basically the game's casino. Welcome, honored guests, to the Manderville Gold Saucer, where your wildest dreams are ever but a card or a chocobo's beak away from coming true. If this is your first visit, nothing more would please us than to give you a full tour of our establishment, that you might enjoy its wonders to the fullest. At the conclusion of the tour, it is our custom to offer our esteemed patrons a complimentary gift straight from the vaults of our illustrious proprietor himself. Consider it Lord Manderville's way of personally thanking you for your patronage. Should you wish to take the tour, pray proceed to the main counter over there and speak with the receptionist. On behalf of the management, may I take this opportunity to thank you for choosing the Gold Saucer. Rest assured, my colleagues and I will spare no effort in seeing that your visit is a pleasant and profitable one. May fortune smile upon you. I forgot that this had kind of a side quest inside it. Oh well. Welcome, traveler, to the Gold Saucer. This is the main counter where you can purchase tickets for the mini jackpot, acquire and redeem Manderville Gold Saucer points, and much, much more. What in the world are Maynardville gold sarsa points, I hear you cry? A most astute question, and one which I shall be only too happy to answer. But first, if I may direct your gaze to your left, beyond those majestic gates you will find Chocobo Square, home to the Chocobo Racing Circuit. Aye, what Chocobo owner has not dreamed of pitting their fleetest bird against the realm's finest in a pulse-quickening dash for fame and fortune? Truly, it is the sport of sultans. And should you desire a more elaborate contest of strategy, you will surely find it in Minion Square at the Lord of Verminion tables, where would-be generals pit armies of minions against one another in battles for honor and glory. Now, where were we? Ah yes, the Maynardville Gold Saucer Points. Put simply, MGP, as we call it for short, is the currency by which dreams are bought and sold within these halls. But my associate here beside me can tell you more, including how to go about acquiring some NGP of your very own. Pray speak with him to continue your tour. Welcome, welcome, fair traveler. Care to test your luck with a mini Cacpot ticket? Splendid, miss. Now allow me to explain. Mini Cacpot is a game of chance available to you thrice every day. Playing is simplicity itself, just guess the value of the covered numbers to win it big. If Nimbia's grace is with you, you'll be rewarded with Maynardville Gold Saucer Points galore. So, miss, do you feel lucky? Blah 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 blah. And what was that he gave me again? Redeemable for 100 Maynardville gold. Okay. This game is actually the best way to earn MGP because you never actually lose anything on it. You spend 10 MGP to play, and the lowest prize you can possibly win is 36. Oh yeah, and achieve. I should probably mention the goal. What you really want to do is you want to roll a 6 total, which is 1, 2, and 3. That gets you 10,000. The next best thing is to roll 7, 8, 9, which gets you 3,600. Let's see if I can be semi-lucky. Of course not. Back to this guy again. They're not horses, they're chocobos. So you're about to experience the wonder of the gold saucer for the first time. How I envy you. But before you venture forward, you'll want to exchange a share of your guild for MGP, a service which is my great honor to provide. With MGP in your coin purse, you'll be able to enjoy all the fabulous attractions we have to offer and all the wonderful games. If you play them with skill, you'll find your little stack of points increasing 10, 20, and even 100-fold. Now that you know the fundamentals, you're ready to step out onto the floor of the gold saucer. Your tour will continue at Card Square to the southwest. The card trader will be there with your guide. I would of course be happy to exchange some of your guild for MGP before you venture on. While my associates and I strive to leave nothing unexplained, there is truly no substitute for first-hand experience, and I highly recommend trying your hand at our many amusements for yourself. Alright, be right back, one moment. First thing I want to do, other than continue this stupid little side quest, is attune to the big Aetherite so I can come back here later. Aren't you just the sweetest thing? Welcome to Card Square, home of the Triple Triad tables. What's Triple Triad, you ask? Why, only the mind-bending, pulse-pounding, maddeningly Moorish card game that's taken the realm by storm. But don't take my word for it. Behold. Can you not feel the tension in the air? Form a hand of 5 cards and play the role of a field general sending your bravest into battle. Should you wish to learn the roles and experience the excitement for yourself, you need only ask. Start today, and we'll even throw in some complimentary cards to help you on your way. You can face off against a single opponent at any time, or if you crave an even greater test of your skills, take part in one of our regular tourneys. And believe me when I tell you, there's no feeling quite like standing triumphant on the battlefield after vanquishing all comers. You really should try it. A minute to learn, a lifetime to master, that's Triple Triad. Ah, but I'm getting carried away. You have a tour to finish. Wonder Square is your next destination, not that there's any hurry of course. If you'd like to play a hand or two before you go, you need but say the word. You look lost, honey. Why don't I show you around? It'll be nice to talk to a woman for a change. Feast your eyes on the Wonder Square, from gripping games and awe-inspiring attractions to the finest of fine dining and the freshest of refreshments. There's no end to the wonders housed within these walls. And let's not forget the most wondrous of them all, El Colosso, as we lovingly call our mammoth cactuar mascot, is the star of our most popular events. Suffice it to say, you won't want to miss them. Now, I know what you're thinking, everything going on with the gold saucer, how can I ever keep up, hope to keep up? But you needn't worry, my fellow gatekeepers and I will always be on hand to see that you don't miss a thing. For the continuation of your tour, I've been instructed to direct you into the waiting arms of my colleague Valita at the Cacpot board. She's one of our most popular girls, and once you meet her, I'm sure you'll understand why. Well, ta-ta for now. Are they both upstairs? Okay. Vegas is really shrunk. Yeah, it's a mini Vegas. Ah, there you are, my darling. I've been waiting for you. I'm Valita, and I'd like to personally welcome you to the event square. The most spacious of all the areas of the Gold Saucer, Event Square is a veritable cornucopia of pleasure and delight. Doubtless the sizable stage in the middle of the square has caught your eye. This is the scene of some of our most sensational attractions. Don't be shy about taking center stage. And after the curtain has fallen, why not try changing your life forever? At the Jumbo Cactpot, all you need is a handful of MGP and a heart full of dreams. Just choose 4 numbers and cast your hopes to the heavens. You never know just when Nimia will smile down upon you. I hope that fountain paid for dinner first. Now, as much as I've enjoyed getting to know you, I'm afraid it's time for us to part. The next and final leg of your tour takes you to the Round Square. Don't think too hard about the name, my darling. Even I'm not sure it's supposed to make sense. Oh, Air Force One. Perfect. I get to show this off. Love this minigame. You look like you have a sharp eye. Care to test your shooting skills aboard the Air Force? Once you're strapped in, all you need to do is break the targets to earn as many points as you can. You'll want to avoid the ruby bombs, though. Don't want to blow your chances at a high score. Yes. Don't hit those scary looking ones. I still get the full reward for that, 3,000 MGP. Are you the first-time visitor I was told to expect? 1,000 welcomes to the Gold Saucer and 1,000 welcomes to the Round Square. How can a square be round, you ask? I'm not sure I understand the question. Moving on to more important matters, is that lofty peak not a sight to behold? That is Mount Coral, the main attraction here at Round Square. One of our most thrilling events pits our customers against each other in a challenge to see who can most swiftly scale its heights. I tell you, the view from the summit is a sight to behold. And that concludes your tour of the Gold Saucer. Well, I'm sure you're eager to start enjoying yourself. Pray do not forget to return to the main counter and claim your complimentary gift. Welcome back, honored guest. I trust that you've come away from the tour with a greater appreciation of all the Gold Saucer has to offer. As a token of our appreciation for your patronage, it is my great pleasure to offer you a complimentary gift from the personal vaults of our esteemed proprietor. Well, Night Me Now with the Chocobo's Tail Feather. Is that a new customer I see? I could hardly have picked a better time to drop in for an impromptu inspection. But Master Roland, yes, this lady here has but this moment completed her introductory tour. Is that so? Well then allow me to personally welcome you to the Gold Saucer. I am Roland, good madam, the fellow entrusted with overseeing the daily affairs of this fine establishment on behalf of our esteemed proprietor, a great man if ever there was one. You are an adventurer, yes? Ah, your dress and bearing told me as much. I dare say then that on your travels you have seen firsthand the difficulties which plague our nation. Witness the struggles of Alamigo's displaced masses and those whose homes were consumed in the fires and the calamity. The Sultanate is not unsympathetic to their plight, of course, yet how can one begin to provide succor to such countless multitudes? One man had an answer. Gabbert Maynardville had a dream of a house of untold wonders that would provide stable employment and lodgings to the displaced, mirth and merriment to the disconsolate, and prosperity and plenty to the Sultanate at large. To many of our patrons, the Gold Saucer is merely Eorzea's foremost entertainment venue, a place to forget about their cares for the day. To me, it is one of the founding stones upon which our realm will be rebuilt, a miracle wrought by the hand of the greatest man I've ever known. Something tells me you understand that which I have told you, that you, perchance, share a similar dream. But I shall keep you no longer. The Gold Saucer and all its wonders await you, friend. Pray enjoy them to your heart's content. Till we meet again, may the spinner's pool ever be so kind. One last thing I am going to do here is just make sure the Triple Triad is unlocked, because that's drops I'm missing out on if it isn't. Triple Triad is taking Eorzea by storm. Care to try your hand at this enticing new card game? Sure. And so another challenger is born. Welcome to the world of Triple Triad, where you pit your cards against an opponent's in a tense battle of skill, strategy, and the odd dose of luck. Here at the Maynardville Gold Saucer, I am pleased to present all new players with the cards they need to get started. To play a match, however, first you'll need to build a deck composed of 5 cards from your registered card list. Oh, and I suggest speaking with a nearby Triple Triad trader should you wish to expand your card collection. A lot of bosses in the game drop Triad cards themselves, so if you don't have them unlocked, or have that unlocked rather, you're just missing out. Alright, back to Limsa. Actually, the Manderville family in this game are pretty decent people. Weird, but decent. We all know how it feels to have had one too many. That's why I'll not fault our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later ranting and raving as if their drunken heedlessness were somehow my fault. Take this impressive looking journal right here. As oft used as it seems to be, I've no doubt its owner is tearing up the town searching for his prized possession. A stranger he was, a swarthy Rogadin who enjoyed his drink. Seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars, Quintinin. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I'd offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Baderon docked my wages. Have I seen who? Look, just because I spent more nights at the Winch than in my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every side I come stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute, that bloody book. Why didn't you say so sooner? The tight-arse bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading for Aleport. Aye, where else this scurvy sop? Nimia willing, he's still stranded at the ferry docks, though the gods know it won't help me get the guild back. Oh, do I even have the teleport for Aleport yet? I do! And I don't need to go to Aleport. Okay, good. Glad I checked that first. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure awaits. My journal. Why, I thought I'd lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Har har. Did you steal a glance at its pages, perchance? No? A shame that. For this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read, if I do say so myself. Which I believe I just did. You've the air of an adventurer about you, and one almost as accomplished as myself. Had it been you across the table from me at the Winch last night, I imagine the tales would have been great and the ale all the sweeter. Were there only some way for me to repay your... But of course! I have a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds? And with that, I shall be off for adventure and a flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale. Calls me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself at the Winch, do you thank that Elizin fellow for his generosity. And that gets you the challenge log, which gives you rewards throughout the week for doing certain things. Not much, but definitely worth having. Alright, let's see if there's anything else now. Yeah, let's just return back to the Waking Sands and continue the story quest. And because I'm lazy, oh, Nedrick has another one for me already? Oh, I am level 32. What do you got now, buddy? Hail, adventurer. You wear the expression of one who seeks new battlegrounds to hone your burgeoning skills. Do not ask how Nedrick knows, he simply knows. Now tell me, are you perchance familiar with the sunken temple of Karn? I will not hold it against you if you are not. The ruins only surface when the calamity split the ground asunder, after all. Any road is a popular destination these days for adventurers looking for new frontiers to explore. If you're keen to join them, why not make the journey to southern Thanalan and visit the temple for yourself? With the many dangers that lurk within, the Immortal Flames are keeping close watch over the place, but a Lalafell by the name of Bibimu should be able to offer you passage. I had completely forgotten that Karn was an optional dungeon. I thought it was part of this main story quest. Oh well. Alright, so now I've got to choose which one of these three I want to pick. Gridania, Ul'dah, or Limsa. Not Limsa, really. And I've already done Gridania. I might as well pick Ul'dah, I guess. Welcome back, Kuroko. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect upon your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
God, their ARR voices are horrible. I'm so glad they changed later.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alisaie, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Oh god, that voice actor makes Alpha now sound like such a brat. Welcome back, adventurer. I take it General Raban's words kindled a fire within you? Sure, why not? Excellent. I feared that the incident with the traitor may have soured your opinion of us. It gladdens me to see that that isn't the case. But before we can count you as one of our own, you must be formally inducted into our ranks. Please proceed to the Hall of Flames on Old Oz Merchant Strip and identify yourself to the personnel officer. I will notify him of your coming. With your strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over our enemies, be they beastmen or imperial. What brings you to the Hall of Flames this morning, adventurer? I believe you are expecting me. Ah, I thought as much. You are just our man at the waking scene. You are just as our man at the waking scenes described. It is an honor to meet you, madam. Now, in order to formalize your... Sir! Speak, Private. Imperial, sir. They fired on a Highwind Skyways airship. Scouts say she's coming down to the west near Horizon's Edge. Bloody hells, of all the times for this to happen. Kuroka, there's no time for formalities. The Immortal Flames will need your help now. We're in the midst of a large-scale operation against the Amalja, and we have no one to spare in Western Thanaland. You must get to that ship before the Garleans do. If there are any survivors, see that they do not come to further harm. Now go. Of course, they gotta make me do just a little bit more running around before I can get my mount. There's the crashed airship. Oh, it's Biggs. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. The Immortal Flames sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Are you alright, sir? Our scouts reported the attack on your craft. We've come to rescue you. Kuroka, yes? Glad to have you with us. I have not seen a craft of this design before. That trader Garland has been busy. The secrets of Magitech are ours by right. They are not to be squandered upon the savages of this land. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. They mean to take the ship back to Castor Meridium along with your friend. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. Nice looking ship, though not the best place to have taken shelter, I agree. It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity, the first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. We attack on my command. Kill them quickly and save the Lalafell if possible. Is that clear? Yep, crystal clear. Show them what becomes of those who play with fire. Charge! We're under attack. 2 arms. I thought he was running away right for a minute. And still if I can kill you. Yep, and still. Because if you don't, you just die tired. Biggs. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So, how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts, but we can defend this position until the engineers leave. You should go, Kuroka. You still have unfinished business to attend to at the Hall of Flames. You're not quite one of us yet, though anyone who'd seen you in action today would be forgiven for thinking otherwise. I, just wanted to say sorry, you know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though. If it hadn't been for you and the Immortal Flames lads back there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge. Thank you, we're very grateful. Alright, back to Old Eye. Welcome back. Word of your deeds in the field reached me not long ago. Exemplary service. Rest assured that the Garland Ironworks engineers are fine. They were able to get their vessel back in the air before Imperial reinforcements arrived. Your willingness to assist us on such short notice is to be commended. Clearly, your reputation is well deserved. Now then, I believe we have some unfinished business. Shall we continue from where we left off and induct you into the Immortal Flames? Are you ready? Then let us begin. Kuroka, you stand poised to enter a sacred trust. The flames of Ul'dah burn bright, casting light where there is dark and purging evil wheresoever it lurks. We are ever ready to meet the nation's enemies in battle, be they beastmen, Garleans, or worse. And at a word from the Flame General Rabban Alden, we would gladly lay down our lives to maintain the peace and prosperity of Ul'dah. To join our ranks, you must forsake all of other nations. Only then may you commit yourself to the fire and be reborn as an immortal flame. Born as one of us, and together we shall chase the darkness from Ul'dah. Will you swear an oath to mark this occasion? Sure, why not? I use a lance, but whatever. Spoken like a soldier, you'll do well here. One of us. Very well, your resolve is plain. Kuroka, I hereby confer upon you the rank of Flame Private 3rd Class. Welcome to the Immortal Flames, Private. May you fight to the last for coin and country. Can you hear me? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Immortal Flames contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Nakano. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a Flame of Ul'dah, you are no less a Scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. It seems your presence is required elsewhere. But before you leave, perhaps you can find a moment to speak with Commander Swift. He is not one to see new recruits go into the field unprepared. Light my fire. I like that. Private Nakano, yes, a moment of your time, if you please. You wish to carry out your duties swiftly, do you not? Well then, perhaps you should get yourself a chocobo. If you're interested, the Immortal Flames will furnish you with one. It's not a complex process, but it does require some paperwork. First, speak with the Quartermaster to obtain a Flame Chocobo issuance. You'll need to exchange company seals. Hold on. You'll need to exchange company seals in order to do so. Once you've received your issuance, show it to Mimigun by the Gate of Nald. He'll be the one to furnish you with the bird. Alright, let's see if I actually have enough seals to buy this. Oh, I will once I turn this in. Okay. Welcome back. Lady Minfilia awaits you within. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tales of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us. Now, when last we spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you already have met. Chitaru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... Gods, man, spit it out, will you? But Wedge at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us two of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stay with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like Gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Alright, back to Old Eye to get my chocobo. Want a bird issued, you say? Then I'll need to see your flame chocobo issuance. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your chocobo. And here he is. The fellow has been in high spirits since the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you want to give your noble steed a name. So, what do you think? You got a name you'd like him to have? You want to name it Que? Alrighty. You sure? No. Could confuse it and name it Kubo. Actually, let's combine the two and name him Quepo. No, not Roach. I kinda like that. Quepo. Hey look, he likes it. No coins for the Witcher today. I dare say he likes his name. Here is your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in a crowded city area or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your Chocobo Rider's license, as is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your Chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. Alright, let's do this. What other options do I have? Griffin, Zeldra, like Winter Whale. Now there's a horse. Go with the shiny. Which shiny? Quite a few of them are shiny. Unless you mean the bike. This one? Or just the Chocobo? Alright, I will put this one on my toolbar then. Actually, I'll put the bike down there too, just so I can alternate between them. And back to Gridania. We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to... Ah, beg pardons. It's a terrible habit of mine to think aloud, but tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Really? Thinking aloud? Hail, adventurer. I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida and Papalimo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelves Wood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylph's relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of a primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. The Sylphs of Little Solas remain untempered and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solas, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs? This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalimo. Too late. I forgot there was another thing I needed to do in Gridania. I still haven't gotten my jobs done. Lalafels do walk kind of funny. Ah, Kuroka, ever a sight for sore eyes. By your return, I take it you are ready for the final trial. Very well, let us... Guildmaster Yuan! You are wounded. What has happened? We were attacked, sir, by a dusk-white lancer as we trained in the forest. He was impossibly strong, a demon. He kept screaming something about teaching us true courage. No, not him, not folks. We were in the northwest corner of the central shroud when it happened. I was able to get away, but the others, you must help the others. Arg. Be strong, man. I am sorry, Kuroka, the trial must wait. Pray make haste to the central shroud and help your comrades. And should folks force your hand, do what must be done. 12 speeds you on your way. Yes, the stalker again. Oh, up there? Really? Alrighty. I like the music for this map. Help, for the love of the 12, help me. Oh, that was easy enough. I owe you my life, friend. Another breath and I would have become worm fodder. A Duskwhite Lancer unleashed the fiends upon us, claiming it would temper our courage. You should have seen the look in his eye when he said it, mad bastard. Where is he now? I think he headed off towards North Shroud. Maybe in the direction of Fallgourd Float? I can't say for sure. I was concentrating on a Scalekin at the time. If it's a reckoning you seek, you are like to be disappointed. Those of us who managed to outrun the worms will already have alerted the whalers. I dare say the Duskwhite is being held at spear point as we speak, begging for his worthless life in a puddle of his own piss. Serves the bastard right and all. Oof. Ripped that guy. Yep, it's a stalker. Oh. What kept you? Helping your comrades, you say? Fool. You waste your pity on false friends. It's only a matter of time before they betray you. I, just like those wretches who saw me imprisoned and exiled. I was once an upright citizen of Gridania and a man of the Lancers Guild. Yet life was not easy. For want of the coin to obtain the barest necessities, I conspired with my closest comrades to steal from the guild's coffers. The theft soon came to light, and though there were no suspects, it was clear that the deed had been perpetrated by someone within the ranks. An air of suspicion hung heavy over the guild from that day forth, Until at last, unable to bear the guilt, I convinced my accomplices to join me in confessing. Only for them to bite their craven tongues after I had stepped forward and admitted my part in the crime. And so it was that I alone took the blame. Of course it was the Duskwite, everyone said. Was there ever any doubt? It all made perfect sense. Despite my heartfelt pleas, my so-called friends denied any involvement. Instead, they called me vulgar names that I do not care to repeat. Can you imagine the shock and anguish I felt at their betrayal? Would that I had the strength to force the truth out of those traitors. Would that I had had the courage to escape my dungeon cell, even if it meant taking some hapless guard's life. Driven by vengeance and no small amount of self-loathing, I resolved to forge my courage anew. I strode into the lairs of the ravenous fiends while drenched in blood. I put their helpless offspring to the spear that I might face the unbridled fury of their kin. For my efforts, I have acquired the ultimate courage, a courage forged amidst danger and tempered by rage. I fear nothing. I am the greatest lancer that has ever lived. Sure you are, buddy. Impossible. My courage is absolute. No, come no closer. By a stalker. Rude. Though folks is no more. His was a tragic tale, and one that might have been so different. Had fate not dealt him such a cruel hand, he could well have commanded a place of honor within these walls. But it avails us not to dwell upon what might have been. It is enough that you are still with us. Lest you wonder about your final trial, there will be none. I have seen all I need to see. You have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that yours is a genuine courage. In recognition of this, I shall pass to you the secrets of Lance Charge, one of the most potent abilities in our arsenal. You are a Lancer in your own right now. There is not more I can teach you. From here onwards, it is up to you to seek out challenges as will make you grow. Like attracts like, and the strong are drawn to strength, just as I once knew for a certainty that I was destined to face the Lord of the Bramble Patch, so too will you find, or be found by, an adversary of equal worth. None can say what fate will bring, but armed with your courage, there is naught you need fear. Keep close to your heart the lessons you have learned here, and go forth to blaze a new trail with spear in hand. This one time at level 30? Wow. Really, game? Alright, and here's also where I stop being able to keep my nice glam. Wayne seeks your aid in assisting an old friend. I dare say you might just be the right woman for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable Lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to her ongoing conflicts with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional dragoon on patrol duty is about all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to her allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance. And who fits that description save adventurers? Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you upon your arrival. I forgot the Lancer quest sends you out here. The game itself doesn't send you out here until a fair bit later. One small detour if I want the Aetherite out here. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom Ywain sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Alberic Bale, a knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen, and we have reason to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Estinian, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that a fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Gridanian affairs. I was told by a sentry by the name of Logadanrel might have knowledge of routes off-taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I would prefer to keep my identity a secret and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. We must act quickly, for you see, Estinian is... But I have already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief and the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estinian was clad in black armor. Now go and speak not a word of what I have told you to anyone. I just want my job stuff. Routes favored by Ishgardian fugitives? Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you'd make it far. Any road, we've caught a few fleeing to the North Shroud. What with Gridania being home to nearly as many Elazin as Ishgard, it's no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Florentel's Spire in the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idriston. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. I get to be an errand boy. Yay! Hail, adventurer. Yes, I am the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Kurthis. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor? No, I recall nothing of the sort, and such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest that you return to Logradanral and see if he has any other theories. Hop to it. Yep, I'm hopping. No luck, you say? Most curious. Why, it is nigh impossible that a fugitive can make it this far without being espied from Florentel's Spire. Which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put a distance of grounds between him and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. The climes of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there has been talk of curious smoke wafting from a cave east of here at night. Were I you, I might begin my search there. I mean, supposedly the guy that we're going after is a criminal. I don't know. That Ishgard would resort to sending coin-starved adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. Preposterous. Don't click that link, by the way. I'm sure it's spam. Our paths shall cross again, you can be sure of it. One moment. Oh, you got the link? Okay. Oh, hunting log things. Yay. You aggro from all the way over there. Oh, it definitely did die whether it wanted to or not. A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the fury, that the Eye would choose another. I had not thought it possible in light of recent events. It would seem an explanation is in order. The Eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of the dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Dravanya, on equal footing, soaring the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. That man is known as the Azure Dragon. The Azure Dragon is the light of hope for all Ishgardians and a paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estinian's misdeeds and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the Eye. But I cannot do this alone. I require your help, you who have received the power of the dragon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of dragoon I bear glows in your presence, irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the Eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation. But it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. That dragon lies yet in slumber, however, and you must needs possess the means to wake it. The soul of the dragon. I would entrust you with mine, Kuroka. Like Estinian, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragon, although that power has since become lost to me. It was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the Eye seemed fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet one thing is clear, none can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail, save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estinian to justice and reclaiming the Eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the Azure Dragon, not less than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That a perilous road lies ahead of you I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. Wow. Ah, I forgot about that. Even though it's the same job, it's technically a different job, and it changes your buttons around. Was there anything else I was missing? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. And one last thing I'm going to do before logging out for the evening is get a leveling roulette in. As if I'm not busy enough without playing Lost and Found. Oh, do forgive me, friend. Once again, one of our customers has departed without her belongings, and I'm at a loss as to what to do for it. While I understand that adventurers may have many cares on their minds, it would make my life much easier if they could keep their personal effects in order, but you did not come here to lend an ear to my grumblings. This is the book in question. The face of its owner was unfamiliar to me, but Errol over there seemed quite smitten with her, as with every pretty lass he lays eyes on. That's neither here nor there. Might I trouble you to inquire as to the girl's whereabouts? I found the man to be less than forthcoming ever since I spurned his advances. Ah, the sweet little thing with the journal? Of course I remember her, and remember her well. Had a smile to warm the heart, and a laugh, a lilt, one might say, to tickle the depths of the soul. And she was most eager to hear tales of my many travels, which speak to a keen and sensitive mind. Jilly, I believe was her name? No, that's not right. Jilly was the redhead from last week. Ah, damned if I can remember. You must understand, no small number of comely lasses seek out my company. I dare say keeping all the names and faces straight is an adventure in itself. Any road, the girl spoke of planning a visit to Apkalu Falls before traveling on. Like as not, you'll find her there now, shedding a tear or two at our party. Do pass along my regards. If you see her, she should be readily recognizable in that charming straw hat of hers. Sure, buddy, sure. Yep, he's a man, huh? Pardon, I don't believe we've met. You have something in mind, you say? My journal, thank the 12. In my haste to escape the clutches of that insufferable mutton monger, it slipped my mind entirely. Might I be so bold as to ask your name? You have my gratitude. It may not look like much, but I count this humble diary among my most prized possessions. Its pages brim with tales of the most heart-stirring sights to be seen in our realm, as told to me by the sensitive souls I have met in my travels across Eorzea. Tales that have struck me with a most incurable case of wanderlust. As an adventurer, you too have seen the realm, I am sure, but I would ask you, have you truly seen her? Borne witness to Eorzea in her myriads of splendor? Have you stood on the palm-fringed beaches of Costa del Sol just as the sun peeks out over the horizon, its rays kissing the sands beneath your feet? Have you lost yourself in the night sky of the Segoli, adrift amidst this boundless sea of stars? Ah, but why do I even try to convey with words that which must be seen to be appreciated? To our fortune, whithersoever we wander, Eorzea's beauty is but a stone's throw away. If I may quote from my journal, yes, this is the one. Afore the fane, beneath the two that are as one, her divine cup runneth over with light ethereal. Such were the conjurer's words, and I would see as she saw. I saw for myself before coming here, and I can assure you the conjurer spoke true. Indulge me, go there and look out upon the beauty before you. I would hear your thoughts. Or I can join a dungeon. Satasha. Oh, come on, Kay. just noticed that. I'm not one of them. I swear it on what little remains of my virtue. Wow. And yeah, the tank is being incredibly overzealous. Not that that's really a problem considering how low level this dungeon is, but it's a little bit annoying when you're not a ranged fighter. Machinist, I'd probably be loving it. No, she's dressed like a fairy, actually. No, but that outfit is. You know what? I'll grudge calm the tank. Welcome back. I trust you were as moved by the sight as I was. The great stone that adorns the entrance to Stillglade Fane is none other than the Sky Serpent's egg, cast down from the heavens by Nafika the matron so long ago. And those mammoth tree trunks, remnants no doubt of a primeval forest. Whence did they come? Why do the two great arbors grow as one? This I do not know, but what I do know is that the realm is replete with such beauty, if only we know where to look. This is what compels me to wonder, not the promise of power, glory, or riches, but a burning desire to bear witness to all the wonders around us as wrought by gods and men alike. Though we just met, the twinkle in your eye tells me that we share certain aesthetic sensitivities. It would be my pleasure to gift you with a sightseeing log of your own. In its pages, you will find my record of the most stirring sights in the realm, both those I've seen with my own eyes and those I have, thus far at least, only heard of in my travels. No doubt your adventures will keep you occupied, but is this not all the more reason to take in the sights as you travel, that both body and mind might enjoy a moment's respite from time to time? And who can say, perhaps you will discover glorious new vistas that have eluded even me. With that, I wish you safe travels. When you have seen all there is to see, pray return to me. I would like nothing more than to share impressions with a fellow sensitive soul. The sightseeing log is just like a little side job type thingy that you can do if you want to. Not necessary, but this game does have some pretty scenery in it. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. I did not get a lot of main story questing done tonight. Basically just, you know, getting some of the important unlocks and side quests, and also the job quest, because I need to get up to Dragoon. Because that's where Lancer really starts opening up, is once you get your job crystal. And Dragoon sounds so much better anyway than just Lancer. Anyway, I will be doing this again. Have a good night.